Hola, Monica. This is a story that gives a whole new meaning to the phrase follow the paper trail, because there were papers everywhere. And I didn't have to follow the guy responsible for the piles of papers. He came right to me. Welcome to the AdCore parking lot. AdCore is a business that's supposed to deliver newspaper inserts that advertisers pay big bucks for.
This right here is inserts to this Sunday's paper, last Sunday, a couple of days ago, and look at how many there are.
AdCore is a place that's supposed to deliver flyers that small businesses pay big bucks for. AdCore is a business that delivers school literature that school districts, funded by our tax dollars, pay big bucks for.
This is a bunch of school stuff for some school, and there's literally boxes and boxes of it.
And the owner of AdCore is this guy.
What do you want me to sit here and, confess every sin that I have to you,
Last spring, a Fox 2 viewer sent me photos of a parking lot behind a business in Warren. The photos showed piles of weathered newspapers, boxes of beat-up flyers, and trash everywhere. I sent my cameraman to take a look, and he came back with video that supported the photos. The place was a mess. The business is called AdCore. I looked them up and found out they deliver your ads. You hire and pay someone to print them. AdCore will deliver the flyers right to the doorstep. AdCore also delivers the Free Press Select to an area of Detroit. That's the free edition of the paper that's supposed to be thrown on every driveway every weekend. Advertisers pay thousands of dollars to the newspaper to get these ads out. The tipster sent me photos of hundreds of bundles of these inserts dating back to 2016, just rotting in the AdCore parking lot. And when I went to check for myself, I saw hundreds of dumped bundles with my own eyes. Like on July 31st of last year, when I saw all these papers dated July 30th sitting in the rain.
There's got to be, I don't even know, 10,000, 20,000 inserts there.
The business is on Hoover Road in Warren, but AdCore only rents a small office upstairs. We never saw anyone at AdCore, but new piles of papers were dumped weekly. The owner of the company is Christopher Giuffre. We saw him all the time at this pizza parlor he owns, and driving his van. Problem is, I quickly found out Chris wasn't supposed to be driving at all. Christopher Giuffre has a bunch of DUIs. He's got no license. He's also got a conviction for embezzlement from 2008. He's also pled guilty to larceny by conversion. Suspicious guy, suspicious looking piles of papers. In the fall, we saw a dumpster full of papers. And in November, they brought in an even bigger dumpster. By early December, we no longer saw Chris at his pizza restaurant. In fact, I joked to my producer to check the jails, and sure enough, there's Chris in the Oakland County Jail for his latest drunk driving conviction. He spent almost 2 months behind bars. A few weeks ago, I visited the AdCore office. The place looked deserted. People in a neighboring business told me they hadn't seen Chris Giuffre in 4 months. And the pizza restaurant, it was closed. I put the story on the back burner, and then I got this call.
Hi, my name is Chris Giuffre, and I'm trying to contact Rob Wolchek. I understand you stopped by my office yesterday.
I called Chris back, and he claimed he'd been away on a business trip. He could explain those pictures. He wanted to come to Fox 2 to speak with me. First, I asked Chris about these boxes of literature from the Redford School District.
I only got paid as we delivered, okay? But then as these got done, they expired.
Why are they stored outside? Why wouldn't you store them inside?
Because the warehouse and everything in there has, I don't have no space in there.
Then I ask about this small business. There's boxes of their flyers all over advertising the grand opening of a restaurant.
These flyers were all to be distributed that week. When we delivered everything that week, and then we had an extra box, okay? It wasn't that, we weren't trying to deliver everything. We were out there every single day just before he had his grand opening.
I tell him these were photos I got from the concerned tipster. He says it's got to be someone trying to set him up.
He dumped them.
So he dumped them and then he took pictures of them?
And then he took pictures of them. And then when he took pictures of them, so now I know he took pictures of them and he's the one who sent them to you to try to get me in trouble for me doing something that I didn't do nothing.
But that excuse doesn't work, because then I show him the stuff I saw myself, the thousands of dumped free press inserts. He says the guys at the Free Press give him way too many papers when he picks them up every week.
I've went to the newspaper and I've told them, hey, listen, you're giving me too much. I cannot, you know, there's always an extra 30, 40, 50 bundles every week because every week there's a new house that's abandoned, a new house that's destroyed, a new house that's this, and I can't deliver it.
Chris blames every pile of paper on someone else, his customers.
He never paid me, so these I never delivered for him.
He blames his own guys for this dump of newspapers in November.
My guys were running my company for me. So if that happened, then that's happened while I was not even around.
But you lied to me yesterday on the phone because you told me you were on a business trip.
I was on a business trip.
I've had enough of Chris's BS. I tell him, I know he wasn't on a business trip. He was in jail. I know all about his larceny conviction in the 90s and his 2008 embezzlement conviction.
This was a thing that was through my work, and there was a check that got cashed, and it was all taken care of. Now, this was supposed to be completely taken off because I paid the money back for what that was.
Here's larceny by conversion, right? You stole a couple of $1,000s from somebody. I read that case too.
I've never...
Okay, and you're on probation now for drunk driving,
Yes.
right? What's that all about?
I have a drunk driving.
You have 3 drunk
Yeah.
drivings.
Remember, Chris wanted to come talk to me. I had the story on the back burner.
I called you, but, you know, I'm trying to do the right thing here.
Oh.
And I'm trying to do the right thing too. Stop wasting all this paper and make sure the advertisers are getting their money's worth. And the advertisers will be getting their money's worth. We contacted the publisher of the Sunday Free Press Select, and they sent us this statement. Before we saw the photos, we were unaware that AdCore was not delivering certain copies of our Sunday Select product. We immediately launched an investigation, terminated our contract with AdCore, and took steps which resulted in delivery of all Sunday Select copies this past Sunday.